So good morning all of you. Today we shall discuss the other interfaces that are present in the map interface. So map.entry interface. This will enable us to work with the map entry. So the method entry set method, which we discussed in the map interface, it will return a set containing the map entries. For each of these sets, element will be a map entry.object. So map entry.object is a generic interface and is declared as interface map.entry and k.v. So k is the type of the key and v is the value type. And there are certain methods which are declared in the map.entry interface. Those methods include the equals method, get key method, get value method, hash code method, and set value method. So the equals method will return true if an object what we have passed and the object on which it is being invoked is a map entry and both the key and the values are equal of the parameter object which we are passing and the object on which we are invoking it. Get key method returns a key of a map entry. So whatever map object on which we are invoking it, so it will return its key value. Get value method, it returns the value of a map entry. So on a map object, we will call this method. It will return its value. Then hash code returns the hash code of the map entry. So hash code is nothing but a um, character string that represents the hash value of the object. Then set value. So set value method takes a parameter that is a value object. It will set the value of a map entry. For a particular key, the value will be set. Whatever value we have passed, for that value it will be set. It throws the class cast exception if whatever value we have passed, it is not the correct type as that the one with the map is created. And an illegal argument exception is thrown if there is some problem with the value v. And null pointer is thrown if null value is passed and the map doesn't permit the null values. Then unsupported operation exception is thrown if the map value cannot be changed. So we cannot change the map value if it is a final one. So if it is declared as a final value. So this is about the map entry. So next we have the map classes. So map classes. So just like the interface, we have the map classes. So map classes will provide the implementation of whatever interface which we have discussed so far. So just like in the beginning collection interfaces we had, then we discussed the classes that are implementing those collections. So similarly, these are the map classes that are implementing the map interfaces. So the various map classes include the abstract map, which will implement most of the map interfaces. Here the class name itself is abstract map. Then enum map, this will extend the abstract map and will work with enumerator keys or enum keys. Then hash map, again this will be extending the abstract map and it will deal with the hash table. Tree maps, again it will extend the base class, that is the abstract map, and it is used to construct a tree. Weak hash map will extend the abstract map to use them as a hash table with weak keys. Linked hash map extends the hash map and it will allow insertion order iterations. So in whatever manner we insert the objects into the map, in the same order we can iterate over them. Identity hash map, it will extend the base class, that is abstract map, and use reference equality when comparing the documents. So here if we observe, the abstract map is the superclass of all the map implementations. And in weak hash map, it is implemented with the weak keys. So weak key means which allow an element in a map to be garbage collected when its key is unused. When a particular key is unused for a longer duration of time, so this implementation will allow the garbage collection to remove that particular entry in the map. So that's the only difference. So this is the list of the classes that we have. So next we shall discuss one by one. So first is the hash map class. The hash map class, as we know, it extends from the abstract map class and it will implement the map interface. So this uses a hash table to store the map. This hash map will allow us to get the execution time. No, the execution time of get and put methods will remain constant even if we are dealing with a large set of data. Because if we are using the hash map, which means based on the hash, the index will be decided. So get and put methods will consume less amount of time and the time taken will not matter even if the data is very large. So hash map is a generic class. So with the declaration class hash map k comma v, where k is the data type of the key and v is the data type of the values. The various constructors that are supported in hash map include the default hash map, that is with no parameters. Then the second form, so it will initialize the hash map by the elements that we have passed, that is yum. So yum is the map element, so the hash will be initialized with those values. The third form is the one with the capacity. So hash map will be initialized with that particular capacity value. Then fill ratio is the fourth form where we'll specify both the capacity and fill ratio. So this will initialize both the capacity and fill ratio of the hash map. The capacity and fill ratio is same for hash set, which we discussed in the beginning. So the default capacity is 16 and the default fill ratio is 75%, which means it will wait till the hash map gets filled till the 75% amount. If it crosses 75, then additional memory will be allocated. The hash map does not guarantee the order of its elements. So therefore, the order in which the elements are added into the hash map will not be same as the order in which we can read from an iterator. Now let us discuss a example program to create and execute a hash map. So consider this particular program called as the hash map demo is a class name. Then in the main, we are creating a hash map. So hash map string comma double. So key value is of type string and the value is double. Data type is double, new hash map string and double. Then we will try to add these values into the hash map. On the one side we will pass the strings, on the other side we will pass the double values. So either we can directly send them, or we can create a new double and give the values, double values like this. So this put method will add the elements into the hash map. Then if we want to extract the values from the hash map, then we have to use the map.entry. So directly we cannot iterate over a map, which we discussed in previous class. So instead we have to use the collection view, and here such a collection view is the entry set. So hm.entry set will return a set of all the elements that is present in this given map. So set will be written, and here the data type will be specified as a map.entry type. It is string and double. So when we are creating a set collection, we need to specify the data type, and its data type is map.entry. And within the map.entry, it is the string and double that we need to mention it over here. So once we extract the set, then we can iterate over this particular set and print the values using the for each statement. So a for each statement can appear like this: map dot entry string double, so temporary name me, in the set. So set is the variable over here. In order to get the key value, so we have to use me dot get key, then me dot get value. So get key method will return the key and get value method will return the value. So after printing it, if we want to change the value of any map, so we can do it like this. First, what we can do is hm.get Jordan. So key we are passing over here. So key value is Jordan. So here we have created a key with John Doe. So John Doe get method will use, and his balance will get. So for this balance, we'll increase it by 1000 and then use the put method. So hm.put John Doe balance plus 1000. So in the hash map, put means adding an element into the hash map. Here we are using the same previously used key value. So if the same key value is given, then it gets updated. A new entry will not be created because key value cannot be duplicated. So when we try to add, or when we try to put the value into this hash map with new balance incremented by 1000, new entry will not be created. Instead, the existing entry will be updated. So once it get updated, we can print like this: system.out.println new balance is hm.get, same entry we will do, that is John Doe. So if we execute this, then our output will be like this. So first all the values will be printed. So that is what we do in this for loop. So if you observe, the order in which the entries are printed is not as the entries we made. So that is what in hash map, the entries will not be same. Then the new balance of John Doe is updated. So here it is 3434. Here it is 4434. So the balance has been updated. So this is regarding a program which demonstrates the hash map. Next we shall see a tree map class. So a tree map class will extend the abstract map and implement the navigable map interface. So it create a map which is stored in the tree structure. So tree is a most efficient way of sorting objects. So just like how priority queues works or the binary search tree. So tree is a way of sorting key value pairs also, and it allow the rapid or fast retrieval of the elements. The tree map guarantee that the all elements will always be sorted in the ascending order. So if we compare it with the hash map where the sorting is not done. So tree map is a generic class. So it is declaration will be class tree map k comma v, where k is the data type of the key and v is the data type of the value. So the various constructors that are present in the tree map include the basic one, that is the empty tree map, that will be sorted using the natural order based on the key value. So here, in order to sort the elements in the map, key value will be used, and since we are not specifying the comparator, so it will use the default natural ordering. The second constructor will construct a tree map based on the sorting done using the comparator object that we are passing. So how to sort? So if they are basic data types, then sorting them in ascending order is not a issue. If objects are present, then how do we sort it? What will be the parameter for an object to say it is greater than or less than or equal to some other object? That needs to be mentioned in the comparator interface. That comparator object will define how comparison to be done, and then that is passed as a parameter to a tree map. The third form of the constructor initializes the tree map with the entries that are already there in the map. So let us say that is yum. In the natural order only, that will get sorted. Then in the fourth format, we can create a tree map with the entries of the sorted map. So tree map has no methods declared of its own. So it will have all the methods that are defined in the navigable map interface and the abstract map class. So it doesn't have a method of its own. Next, let us discuss an example of how to create a tree map. So this is the program on tree map demo. So we shall create a tree map similar to how we created the hash map only. So in creating the tree map, we have to specify the data type. The data type here which we are using is string and double. So just like our previous example, the same data we will put in a tree map. So same set of objects and with the double values. So in the tree map, now set a map entry will extract it and we'll try to print the maps that are present in the tree map. So when we print it, the difference between this tree map and the hash map is here the entries will be sorted based on the key value that we need to observe in the output. And next is again we'll try to change the value of one of the map entries. So that is similar to the hash map where we'll use the get method and put method. So when we execute it, so we shall see the output here. So all the map entries are printed, but here if you observe, the entries are sorted based on the key value. So it is not sorted based on the values but on the key. So Jane is the first entry, and then the balance updation. So it is similar to how we did in the hash map. So we can alter the behavior of a tree map by specifying a comparator. So here the entries are sorted based on the first name. If we want it to be sorted on the last name, that one we can specify in the comparator. The next class that is present in the map entry is the linked hash map class. The linked hash map class, it extends the hash map class, which in turn extends the abstract map class. So linked hash map, it maintains a linked list of entries in the map, and hence they preserve the order in which the elements are inserted. So it will helpful in insertion order iteration over the map. So when we iterate over the linked hash map through a collection view, the elements will be returned in the order in which we insert them. We can also create the linked hash map that returns the elements in the order in which they are last accessed. So that can also be done. So linked hash map is a generic class with the declaration. So class linked hash map followed by key and value types. So linked hash map can be created using 5 different kinds of constructors. The first one is the default one with no parameters. The second form initializes the linked hash map with elements from M. So where M is a map. So whatever uh, elements that are already present in a map, that can also be passed as a parameter. Then a linked map will be created for all those entries. The third form is with the capacity. So again, the default capacity is 16 unless we specify it. So the fourth form is a capacity with fill ratio. If we don't specify the fill ratio, by default the fill ratio will be 75%. This allows, we will specify whether the elements should be sorted in the linked list by insertion order or by the last access. So the fifth form, it takes additional parameter, that is the order. So how the map should be ordered? Again, there are two ways in which the map can be ordered. One is based on the insertion order. Another one is based on the last access order. So which was the last accessed element? So that will be returned first. So like that order we can specify. If order value is false, then insertion order is used. If the order value is true, then access order is used. So both we can specify. False means insertion order, true means access order. So hash map adds only one method apart from those methods that are present in the hash map. So that is the remove eldest entry. So remove eldest entry, it takes a map entry as a parameter. It is used to remove the eldest entry in the map. So this method returns the Boolean value. We can override this remove eldest entry method to remove the oldest entry in the map. Okay. So that is the only additional method that is present in the linked hash map. The next class that is present in the map entry, it is the identity hash map class. So identity hash map class here, so it extends from the abstract map class and implements the map interface. So it is similar to hash map. The only difference is that it uses the reference equality when comparing the elements. So identity hash map is a generic class and its declaration is class identity map followed by K and V. So the API implementation document that itself specify that the identity hash map it is not for general use. Okay, so it is used only by the internal objects or internal classes and methods. So here the difference is it will use the reference for equality comparison and not the values. Next we have one more method, that is the one more class, that is the enum map class. The enum map class, it extends the abstract map class and also implements the map interface. So it is specially used with keys of enumerator type. So the generic implementation, it is enum map k extends enum of k. It is a enumerator type. So the key will be of enumerator type and the value. So here the k must extends the enumerator of type k only. So string enumerator means it should extend enumerator of on strings. So this enforces the requirement that key must be of an enum type only. And there are three constructors on which we can create a enum map. So first one is the class by passing a class k and k type. So any object of type k can be passed as a parameter. Then we can create a enum map from the existing map only. And then we can create a enum map from the existing enum map only. So enum map defines no methods of its own. So no methods are present in the enum map. It will utilize all the methods that are present in the abstract map, which is the base class for this class. Those methods we can use on enum map. So this is regarding the various classes that are present in the maps. So the various classes include map entry. Then in the map entry we have hash map class. Then we discuss the tree map class. Then we had discussed the linked hash map, the identity hash map, and the enum map class. So with this, we completed the map classes and interfaces. So in our next class, we shall study the comparators. So how we can write the comparators for these maps. So we shall stop here for today's class. You can enter your attendance and exit.